Welcome back to That Dad Guy, and it is March the 15th, 2023, and today we're talking about the do's and don'ts of postcrossing. What's postcrossing? Well, it's an online exchange of postcards we send around the world to strangers, and if you're not familiar with it, you can just go to postcrossing.com. If you are familiar with it and you're already a postcrosser, but very new to it, maybe take into account some of these do's and don'ts for postcrossing. First one, do make sure you read the profile of the person you're sending your postcard to and try to choose a postcard that fits their interests and preferences. Use quality postcards and packaging when sending it out. You don't want to send a flimsy piece of paper that's going to get damaged in the mail sortation system or something that might get torn along the way. You want to use a nice card stock that's going to be durable and make it to them in one piece. You want to write a friendly and positive message on your postcard. Share information about yourself and your country. You only have a limited space on a postcard, but make sure you're sending something that they're going to enjoy and might get a little personal message so they can learn a little bit about your region. Be patient and understanding. If your postcard takes longer than expected to arrive, remember it's the anticipation of waiting for a postcard from a distant land that makes postcrossing exciting. So yeah, sometimes the mail is slow, and you got to take into account that your postcards may not arrive quickly. Sometimes they don't arrive at all, but that's a different topic. All right, participate in the Postcrossing forum and connect with other members of the community. Share tips and stories. So that is a section of the page you can go to, the forum. I personally have not used it a lot, but it's not for lack of trying. It's just for lack of time so far. If you have the time, make sure you go in there, explore the forum. Use the favorite feature. Whenever you get a card, if it's something that you really enjoy, make sure you click on it as a favorite. It'll help others when they go to looking at your preferences and going back through your catalog of cards that you've received to see what card you really enjoy, and it might increase the chances of getting more either on that topic or of that style card. Be respectful of a person's privacy. So you've been given the information about their address. Make sure you don't share that address out with anybody else. It is personal information. Other thing you want to do, experiment with different types of postcards, such as handmade or self-printed. If that's something that the person enjoys is a card that's made by you, then give it a try. Not all of us are super creative, but those of us that are and send those type of cards, some people really enjoy them. So if that's you, go ahead and try it if people enjoy handmade cards. Last of the do's, make sure you enjoy the experience of sending and receiving postcards from around the world. Savor the connection that you're having and the wonder that comes with it all. Yeah, this is an amazing hobby that we get a chance to see the world through other people's eyes and get to hear messages, personal experiences that people are trying to write to us, and it really can start some great connections. Now, these are some of the don'ts that you want to try to avoid. You don't want to send anything that's offensive or inappropriate postcards that make someone uncomfortable. So make sure that whatever card you're sending, this is a stranger after all. If they don't request it in their preferences, a type of card like that, then don't go ahead and send it if you have one. Don't request specific postcards from people, or it's all right to have preferences, but don't say you must send this. Or if you don't get a postcard, or you get a postcard you don't like, don't message the person and get them to send you another postcard. That's just a do not do. It's bad etiquette. Don't forget to mark sent on your postcards. Let everybody know that it's on the way. Don't share personal information that you don't want strangers to know on your postcards. Like, don't put your return address usually on a postcard to a stranger. That's usually bad etiquette, but I know some people that do it, and the advantage of that is that you might get the postcard back if it isn't returned to sender. So there's good and bad things to that, but don't send anything you don't want strangers to have that information of. Don't send promotional or advertisement things that go against the rules of postcrossing. Some people specifically send advertising cards. If they say that, don't send them one. Other people, they may not mind, and it's all right for them. Don't send intimate or awkward details about your life. Remember, this is a stranger that you're sending it to. Keep it above board, and make sure that whatever you're sending out into the world, it's something you don't mind that anybody knows about. And the mailman might find out too, because he might be reading the postcards along the way. Don't include anything in your postcard that could be considered offensive or insensitive, politically or religiously. Also, don't forget to have fun. It's just a great hobby. You want to make sure that you're enjoying it. Enjoy the patience. Enjoy that cards may arrive every day, or sometimes you might have to wait a while to get a card. So these are some quick do's and don'ts of post-crossing. It might help your journey in the hobby go better. And yeah, it's great. And if you like this video, it was completely created, well, not completely created, but at least the text of it and what I've done was created by Chat GPT, the OpenAI. If you just saw the other video explaining what that is, I put them both out together because I wanted you to see what it would look like. So I've used my own face, my own voice to create this video, but I had Chat GPT create the topic, create the words that I'm going to speak, basically, give me an outline on how we're going to do it, and created this video. I wanted to try it because I wanted to see how good or how different it would be from my normal videos. I wanted to give a bit of a randomness to it, so I didn't necessarily know what I was going to be speaking about today. I've got it in the background, so you can see me every once in a while look down at the topics, so I can read it quickly, so I can be able to formulate it and generate and send it out to you. But yeah, Chat GPT created this video in a way. It created all the words that went with it. So yeah, interesting. I hope you liked it. I think there's some informative things in there. There's some things in there you certainly that I use when I day to day for do's and don'ts. And there's nothing that I said that it spewed out at me that I wouldn't agree with. So go ahead and take that for what it is, and leave comments. Let me know what you think about Chat GPT and its influence on making YouTube videos. All right, have a magical week. What, Polo? You say like, subscribe, share, and tell all your friends.
Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy?
Bye.